Alrighty, good morning. Now just kind of building on from that Google Analytics piece, just going to quickly move over to Google Search Console. So if you're familiar with SEO, Google Search Console allows you to really see the queries that you're actually looking for. A lot of people consider it a real source of truth for SEO, and just being able to connect that to Google Analytics, to any sort of SEO audit skill that you have, would just build a comprehensive, real in-depth analysis of the SEO and the performance of your website. So it's really the only tool that shows you how Google actually sees your site, not how you would think it does, not SEMrush, search results, keyword tracking, traffic estimates from third-party SEO tools are really just inferred, scraped. But Google Search Console data comes directly from Google's index. It's going to tell you which queries are actually driving impressions, clicks, which pages are indexed versus excluded, and why. Crawl errors, mobile usability errors, core web vitals. Without it, you're really just kind of flying blind and guessing out what's working instead of seeing it. So it's also the fastest way to catch and fix problems before they're costing you any sort of ranking. So if Google can't crawl a page, it'll flag it manually. It'll create a penalty. It'll drop pages from the index after a site migration or detect security issues. Google Search Console will surface that. So before you notice a traffic dip, Google Search Console will kind of give you that sort of a heads up. So it's also how you submit sitemaps and request re-indexing after you publish or update content, which is going to speed up how fast new pages are actually being indexed by Google. So really good, easy to do, and just, again, the most accurate data that you can get for your website that is related to SEO, queries, pages, and then helps you triage those things. So let's go ahead and get right into this piece. Really can't say enough good things. Gotta be honest, I just did a simple search for this just to see how this process looks, and really want to give a big shout out to Usman Akram. And then he ended up shouting out Sagantan Mohandasan. He has built out a Google Search Console MCP repo in GitHub. So, with all of this, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants. And I think it's just kind of a live build of me of how to use this information. So I've taken the information, I put it into a PowerPoint over here. It's very similar to the Google Analytics setup that we just did. So it's going to be creating that project. Really, a lot of this all kind of stems from the same thing. Using those MCPs, being able to get Claude to talk to things, not using the native connectors they have. So like those click one and done builds are building out your own API, building out a server, having those two pretty much speak. So let's see. I think it's almost identical. So create the new project, enable the API, configure OAuth, return to the credentials, click that, easy peasy, download the JSON, nice. Open Claude config, easy, edit in code editor, add the MCP server code, copy the specific code blocked, replace the placeholders. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is give Claude this write-up. I'm gonna give Claude the write-up and let it know what's coming, and then we'll see. So that'll be, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, we're gonna go over to Claude, coffee and Claude time, indeed it is. I'm going to connect you to Google Search Console via MCP, and here are the instructions to do so. I'll provide you what you need, and I have the step-by-step instructions. So I'll send over the APIs, etc. I just kind of want to give you a little more context on what we're getting into with what you need, and I'll provide the APIs and such, but just want to give you some context on what we're getting into. All right, let's take this guy. Okay. Oh wow, I guess I took everything. That's interesting. Cool. Phase 1. Okay, Google Cloud Project setup. Here's everything. All right, this all tracks. That's a Google Cloud Desktop. This only works in Cloud Desktop. Okay, third-party repo. Read it before trusting it. Okay, cool. All right, so give me a quick list of everything you need to get this. Oh, well, let me just get going on this guy. Okay, cool. So let's go back and create a new project, enable the API, configure OAuth, identical. So let's do that. Google Cloud. I'm just gonna use that same project that I've been using. Easy peasy. So as always, we go to the library, Google Search Console, love it, enable. Alrighty, so Let me go back out of here. I believe it's in the product. Nope. No. What did I do here? This is going to be... I'm not going to say Google Cloud is the most intuitive thing to enable. Okay, OAuth consent. Let's go back here. Okay, credentials, create credentials, OAuth client ID, application, desktop app. It's going to be Google search console, MCP, spelled console wrong. Easy. Nice. Download the JSON. All right, so I think that should be enabled. So let's go back over here, configure OAuth, download. All right, phase 2, open the Claude config. In the desktop app, go to settings, edit config. Okay, all right, add the MCP server code, copy and paste. Copy the specific code block provided in the repo. Let's see what he had put in the repo. So he said, create a Google Cloud, create the credentials, choose desktop, download the client's secret JSON, okay. Add this to your Claude desktop. Okay, easy. So we will take that, make sure that correlates, add the MCP server code, and replace the placeholders here to the site URL. OAuth will stay the same, so it's really that secret file. Okay, cool. So the path to the file. Interesting. Okay, we can do that. That'll be an interesting one. Replace the placeholders with your actual file path to the downloaded. Okay, save and restart. Initiate a prompt. I mean, this one should be pretty straightforward if that is the case. So let me double check how this works, what you need, what it costs. OAuth, all right. Enable the search console API, enable, done. OAuth client, done, done, done. Download the JSON. Install. The server is published. Prefer to run from the, no I don't. Configure the Claude desktop. What is it? Installed. The server is published on npm. If you prefer it. Okay. No. Okay, so let us add this to the server config, replace with the actual JSON and your domain. All right, Google. I have a feeling the server will be, this part will be interesting. If you prefer to run from the source instead. Okay, so let's do this. Cool. So it is settings, edit, developer, edit config. Oh, I can't pull it in. Maybe if I can do, I think I'm gonna have to move out here. All right, edit the config here. So it'll pull this guy up. Edit the config, boom. I'm gonna say, probably gonna need to block that out, okay. Let me take this guy and I'm gonna say to add that code that we have from this guy. Here's my config, can you add this new code into it so it works? And I just need to copy and paste. All right, that's the current code. Let me take this guy's code. I believe it was further it. Okay, here's my current config. All right, let's take that. Here's what I'm, boom. Okay, Kansas City, tv9.com. The path to this guy. Let's go ahead and move this guy. Let's copy this guy. Let's move him into my little Claude folder code. Let's do Google search console MCP. Paste it in there. Where do I get? That should be the path name. Okay. All right. Let's see how this works. Okay. So now it should have everything it needs. We will take this. We will go into here. We will paste. We will hit file. We will hit save. Great. Done. So should now be good to go. Done it. The only part that I think is missing was this user. So this was conveniently kept out. Add the service account. This in for more context. Full setup. What are we missing now? I don't know if you heard that. That was my cat throwing up. You okay, girl? Okay. Install the MCP server. I see. Okay. So I didn't do option. I should tell it I did option A. Okay. A for step 4. Can you provide the whole code again, the config, so I can just copy and paste? I'm not too good at coding. Search console's property selector. Okay, so let's check it out. That's a good question. Let's see what it shows. I should be good to go then, right? Figure, open Claude, edit that, did that. Save the file, actual path, did that. The first time you ask a question, a browser window opens for Google to sign in. Okay, let's do that. All right. Oh, I think I need to close out. Let's do that, restart that. Let's go ahead and quit. Claude, okay. For Kansas City TV mounting, use Google Search Console to find how many queries we're ranking for. Right? Isn't authenticated. The tool call will fail. You'll need to reconnect. Okay, so let's see. Private key and client. What did I miss here? I already gave it the file. We're using OAuth. Okay, I did that. Okay. There's no authorization. It didn't. His thing has the OAuth here. Should this. Okay, let's take that. Let's say, cool. Update this for me with the new MCP server you just gave me there, or that new block of code. I'm terrible at coding, so if you could just give it to me so I can copy and paste everything all in one shot, that would be great. Okay, OAuth, great. C domain. Is that how he set it up? SC domain. Oh, yeah, sure shit. Okay. Command. Yep. Let's go back over here. Boom. Done. File. Save. Okay. This is why I build these things live, because I think this is what happens in a normal environment, and you kind of get stuck. You know, it seems so easy just to copy and paste, fully quit Claude, Command Q, and then just kind of want to show people with the real life what actually happens when you go to install these things and errors that I run into. And okay, so let's see. How many queries do we rank for Kansas City TV mounting using Google Search Console? It should ask me to sign in if I did everything right. Okay, it did. It does it on my other screen over here. Easy, continue, and boom. Authentication successful. So just had a little prompt pop up, and here we go. Look at that. All right. We're in business. That's awesome. So now we have connected Google Search Console now to Claude. So now we have Google Analytics and Google Search Console on our way to a full SEO write-up integration suite. Gonna easily replace this. Already is way more valuable than SEMrush, Ahrefs, and save you $250 a month, and did this in a very short period of time. So there you go. Hope this is helpful, and on to the next one. Thank you guys. Always here if you need anything.